This is what I thought my teens would look like. But it didn't really live up to my expectation. You see, as a kid growing up, I always thought my high school career would be much like High School Musical. Parties, dances, and overall just living life to the absolute fullest. And it turns out it's not, or at least it wasn't for me. In fact, I spent so many hours working on my future in my earlier years that I literally had zero time to kick it or just hang out with friends at all. I was literally so busy thinking about my future that at some points along my journey through my teen years, I literally feel like I almost forgot what it feels like to actually live in the moment. And feeling that way constantly in life is at points very brutal, but also at points very rewarding.
What's up, you guys? It's Jeremy and I'm back.
When you decide to really think for yourself, assume full responsibility for the life that you live, and push yourself to achieve the goals that you have set, you'll realize your potential is truly limitless. Yes, I said limitless, and yes, exactly like the movie. Tapping into this way of living life and tapping into this mindset is something I truly believe every single person should experience at some point in their life. And the reason I even explain this limitless mindset thing is because that's essentially what happened to me. You guys, I didn't get lucky. I simply found about this way of limitless thinking and this limitless mindset at a very young age and have fully embraced it every single day since then in my day-to-day life. And the whole point of me saying that is to let you know that this is not something that you're just born with or that you just have naturally. This is simply a learned talent and something that you could literally learn and implement into your life for 100% free. But be careful, because limitless thinking and this exact thing that we're talking about is actually what caused me to completely waste my teen years. So to kick things off, what exactly did I do to waste my teen years? So you guys, your teens is set to be a time where you're hanging with friends, you're partying, you're being social, you're interacting with a bunch of people, you're hanging out with people all the time, and you're overall just having a very, very fun, quote unquote, experience in high school, enjoying what's around you, living in the moment, and simply not thinking too far into your future. Partying, drugs, drinking, having fun with people is all things that do happen in high school at a heavy rate. No matter what you want to say, you guys, it happens. It's all around in high schools. At least it was when I was in high school, and I'm sure it is, if not even more nowadays, due to the exposure that social media gives kids at literally every age. In our teen years, we're generally told that we're supposed to develop relationships, listen to our teachers, and listen to our parents. Developing relationships could be things like parties, hanging out with friends, going to football games, meeting new people, going to book clubs, whatever it is that you do, that could be creating relationships. Next thing is going to be listening to your parents. This is also something in your teen years that you're probably told to do. Whoever's overseeing you or whoever is basically your legal guardian, you're told to listen to them, and then also listen to your teachers and pay attention in school and get good grades. I think these are three pretty common things that we all can agree upon. These are pretty much the three things that you get told as a kid that you should be doing. But you guys, there's a lot of other more important things, in my opinion, that you can be focusing on in your teens, and that thought is what made me end up wasting my entire teens. So what this looked like was basically me, instead of going out all the time, instead of hanging with friends all the time, instead of going to every football game, every dance, every party that was happening in high school and throughout my teens, I stayed at home a lot of the times. I missed out on a lot because of it, a lot of fun times, a lot of good experiences for sure, but I gained a lot more from staying home and working on my goals. As a kid and my whole life, I was always super excited to see my potential and see how far I could really take things. I always had crazy ideas, and I felt that my teen years were the best years to pursue these ideas because I had no risk. I was still living at home. I didn't have any really personal bills because I was just a teenager. I was literally just living under my parents' roof, and I had all the time in the world essentially to grind or to party and have fun with friends. When I looked at the two and outweighed the benefits of each one, I knew that actually grinding would give me more of a long-term benefit than hanging out with friends and partying all the time would. And that was really the first monumental decision I made that went on to change my life and went on to lead me to this limitless way of living and this limitless mindset and limitless perspective about life in general. I figured if all these people were out there partying and having fun all the time and I was inside grinding going hard, that I would be able to achieve more, do more, and just ultimately get more out of life simply because I was putting in more time and more years. I heard this thing from Elon Musk where he basically said, if somebody works 20 hours a week towards their goal and you're working 100 hours a week towards your goal, think about it, you guys. It's gonna take the person who's spending 20 hours 5 weeks to get what you get done in 1 week done, which is absolutely nuts. So if you simply just work harder, you're going to get farther. I'm pretty sure the equation is just linear like that, but it wasn't always that way. Although I was always chasing these big goals and these big dreams, I never truly knew if I could do it, and there was never anybody telling me that it was a guarantee. Friends, everybody around me was asking me, what if it didn't work? What if this didn't work? Why are you so set on this? You're being so close-minded. Why wouldn't you want to go to college? Why wouldn't you want to do all these things? I was basically just thinking in my head that I'm going to be rich one day, and that was literally it. I didn't have any proof of concept. I was working as a janitor at one point. It was not anything pretty or anything that looked like I was going to be a millionaire at all. I just had this goal ingrained in my head. So when all these people were saying this stuff to me, this goal is what deflected all of that and kept me focused. So understand, if people are talking about you, if people are hating on you, if people say you're crazy, those are all good signs that you're doing exactly what you should be. You should appear crazy if you don't want to be average. I'm going to repeat that one more time. If you do not want to be average, you should appear crazy to average people. You do not want to appear normal to average people if you want to be crazy. If you want to be crazy rich, if you want to be crazy successful in this area, if you want to be crazy this, crazy that, you have to be crazy about it. If you want to be the best in the world, you have to be the best in the world. People can't just look at you like an average person if you want to be the best. Act like the best. Show up every day. Get up earlier. Do weird things that nobody else is willing to do just because they're tough.